Hey everyone, welcome to this session on Microsoft Teams. We're going to go ahead and get started now. Just setting some settings, just give me 1 second. All right, thank you all for joining us today. This session is called Teams Features in Microsoft, or New Features, sorry, in Microsoft Teams. I think the title said something about top 10 new features, but I'm actually going to give you about 20 new features that I think are really cool that you'll be interested in. So my name is Amy Bandy Taylor. I am a senior Copilot technical specialist with Microsoft Education. I've been with Microsoft for a little over 2 years now, and I live just outside of Asheville, North Carolina. So not too far from y'all. Let me go back for a second. In this slide here, I have my LinkedIn information. And this is a PowerPoint live presentation. Barrett, are you able to hear me?
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay, great. I just saw your message about whenever I'm ready, so I just making sure. So this is a PowerPoint live presentation. Feel free to click that link if you want to connect with me on LinkedIn, as well as the link below that is the Microsoft EDU resources, is a link tree that I maintain, and there's a ton of really great resources on that page related to Microsoft Teams, Copilot, Teams Phone, and a bunch of other things. So feel free to peruse that if you want to. You can even subscribe to it, and you'll get updated whenever I add a new link to that link tree. All right. So here's our agenda. We got some great new features that are related to channels, some chat features, meetings, some fun new customization options, some productivity options, and then as well as multitasking. And then when I'm finished with those, I'm actually going to give you a preview of some really great roadmap updates that are coming soon. Some of them are rolling out now. Some of them are rolling out later this year, next month timeframe, but you'll be seeing all of them fairly soon. All right, first up is some channel and enhancements. So the first new feature is this new channel cards feature. And so if you hover over the name of a channel in Teams, you're going to get this little pop-up card that's going to give you a lot of great information about the team itself, who's in the team, the last activity, as well as at the bottom, you see that get link to channel, making it really, really easy to send those links to others to, if they want to join that channel. Sorry, Bill, can you not hear me? I just see your message in Teams.
Hey, we're good to go now.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Thank you. Okay. Can everybody else on the call hear me? Those that are virtual, can you give me a thumbs up just to make sure everybody can? Okay, great. Thank you. All right. Perfect. Thank you guys. Okay, so if you hover over that card, the name of the channel, you get this card, you get all this information, as well as my favorite new feature is the ability to manage the notifications directly in this card. So right here you get the little bell icon where you actually can manage those notifications really quickly from this little card view that you get. The next, this feature was asked about a lot from a lot of customers, so I'm really glad we were able to bring this. You can now change the name of the general channel inside of a team. So when you create a new team, instead of us automatically providing you that general channel and you couldn't change the name of it, you can now change the name when you create the team, or even after you create the team, you can go back and rename that general channel now. You can make that more descriptive to what the topic is for that specific channel. The only caveat is, you can see in the screenshot here, sure it's right here. Once you rename that channel, you can't change it back to general. So just keep that in mind. Yeah, I love this feature too. All right, next, let's look at some chat improvements. So what you're going to see now in chats, both one-on-one chats and group chats, you're going to see this little shared tab at the top. And what that's going to do is combining all of the files and the links that you're sharing with inside that chat in that shared space now. So it's easier to find. You can filter by recent files or just files or links, as well as search that tab as well to look for information that you're looking for. There's a key filter by keyword option as well. So this is a great new enhancement to really keep all that content in one place, making it a lot easier to organize and find it when you need to. All right, the other new filter or feature in chat is this details pane. And so in the top of the top of Teams, right below your name, usually, you're going to see this little icon. It kind of looks like a square with an arrow, and that arrow will point in either direction depending on whether or not you have the tab or the pane open or not. It's kind of a fly out pane. And so what you can find here is you can see actually who's in the chat. You can search the chat. You can find pinned messages. So I love pinning messages in Teams. It just makes it so much easier to go back and find key information. And then you can even create and share content without leaving the workspace right in this little pane now. So this is a fun new feature, making it a lot easier to find that information that you're looking for within the channel. I know these kind of things get really overwhelming. You get a lot of information in one place, so this makes it just a little bit easier. All right, let's look at some meeting features. This is a great new feature. So in Outlook, after you finish your meeting and you record it or you transcribe it, whatever the case may be, when you go back into Outlook and you pull up that invitation for that specific meeting, you're going to scroll to the bottom and you're going to find this meeting summary little section at the bottom of the invite. This is going to give you information about, the meeting, as well as the ability to jump right into that recap for the meeting. So if it was recorded or transcribed, you can just jump into it really quickly from here. And then additionally, if you have either Teams Premium or M365 Copilot licenses, then you get that intelligent recap feature. And so in the recap that you find in Outlook, you will also find these little sections here are part of the intelligent recap. So who spoke during the meeting, whether or not your name was mentioned anywhere in the meeting, were there any tasks or follow-ups for the meeting, as well as any files. So you'll find this little section at the bottom of the invite of a meeting in your Outlook calendar. So go ahead and look for that if you haven't seen it already. Oh, this might be my new favorite feature of all of them. Can now designate who can admit attendees from the lobby. When you're in meetings and that little thing keeps popping up to when new people join the meeting, it gets super annoying. Well, now you can set it so that only organizers and co-organizers will see that little pop up and be able to admit people from the lobby. This is also a great security feature so that people aren't accidentally letting people in from the lobby who maybe shouldn't be there. So only the organizer and the co-organizer can have access to that going forward. So you can find this feature in the meeting options. So when you set up a new meeting, go into the meeting options page and you'll find this as a little drop down and you can change who can let people in from the lobby. Another new security feature. Oop, I hit the button by accident, sorry. Another new security feature. This one is great, and we just rolled this out recently within the last few weeks. If you want to prevent people from joining, anonymous users from joining your meeting that you maybe want to make sure that they are real people before they join, or prevent bots, those web-based chat bots or AI bots that people are now enabling, you can prevent that by enabling this CAPTCHA challenge feature. Now, this setting is controlled in the Teams Admin Center. So your Teams administrators have to enable this within one of the policies. I've put the link at the bottom here for where they can read more about that or learn how to do that. But what this does when an anonymous person tries to join the meeting, they will get this little pop-up window where they have to type in those weird looking letters in order to verify that they are a human person. So this is a great new feature. And especially now with all of these AI bots that are joining meetings that maybe you don't want to include in your meetings. So make sure you ask your team's admin about that. Right, non-logged in users. So it would not impact anybody who has a ua.edu credential. They won't see that challenge, just anonymous users who have not logged into Teams when they try to join your meeting. All right, some customization. So these are kind of some fun new features. You can actually customize your emojis now, as well as your skin tone for those emojis. So if you'd prefer to have a skin tone for those emojis, you can pick that. And then you can also customize which emojis pop up when you hit that reaction button. And so these are kind of like your top 5 favorite emojis that you use most often. So you can change them directly within the window. And to do that, when you hover over a message or something that you want to react to, you'll hit this little button here. It's got the little plus sign next to these. So these are my 5 favorite emojis that I've customized. And so you can change those around. And then when you hit that, at the very bottom of that new window, at the end, you have a new button there that allows you to view your org's emojis, so custom emojis that your organization can upload and add so that you can use those. And usually they're fun little emojis, usually stuff that's related to your organization, but it can be anything. So that's just a fun new feature, being able to customize those emojis and reactions. And your IT admins are the ones who have to manage that. So if you want to see that, talk to those folks. And then the next one, this is another personal favorite of mine, being able to turn on and off notifications for a channel post. So I don't know about you, but I know a lot of times people will ask questions in channel posts that I have the same question. And so I'm waiting to see what the answer is going to be, but I have to keep going back and checking that post to see if somebody posts the answer. Now you can actually click on the 3 dots in the menu of that post, and you'll see this new option here, turn on notifications. And so then you can turn on notifications and you'll get a little notification anytime somebody adds to that post. So you can follow the post, if you will, so that you can get updated whenever somebody posts either another comment or hopefully an answer to a question you might be looking for. But again, this is for specific channel posts. It's not for the whole channel, all of the posts in the channel. It's just for that one specific post. All right, some new enhanced productivity tools that you're going to find in Teams. I love this one. If you're a keyboard person and you like to be able to do things quickly, these slash commands. So previously, these used to be in the very top of Teams. You could put in a slash in kind of that search box and do different things. Well, we've moved that now, and so it's actually inside of the compose box. So when you're going to compose a new message in Teams, if you type in that /, you're going to be able to type short words in order to do certain functions. So like being able to set your available status or leave the chat. So maybe you just don't want to be part of the chat anymore. You can do a / and type the words leave chat, and it will remove you from that chat. So if you go ahead and put in that /, you're going to see that whole list of commands of all the different things you can do very quickly within that compose box. So keep an eye out for that. It's a new feature. Another new feature is this meet now in group chat. So when you have a group chat going on, you're going to notice at the very top of the window there is a new button that says meet now. And so when you click that, it actually will spin up a meeting and include everybody who's in that group chat. So if there's maybe a decision that needs to be made quickly, you can create that ad hoc meeting by clicking that meet now button, and you can choose whether you want that to be an audio call or a video call. And so you can spin up a meeting very quickly for just that group of users who are in that group chat. All right, let's look at some multitasking enhancements. This is a great new feature too. You may have noticed this one already. When you're in a Teams meeting, in your toolbar of Windows, so down at the bottom of your screen, you'll actually see a microphone icon. Mine is highlighted in kind of a teal color, so I can quickly see it. I'm drawn to it. My eyes are drawn to it because of that color. But you can actually mute yourself from that icon now inside your toolbar. Instead of trying to find on the screen where the mute button is for the Teams meeting, you can quickly just do it from that little icon down in the bottom on your taskbar. A little bit easier to find in some cases. So we've added that as a feature that you can either use that microphone or you can use the one in the Teams meeting. Both of them will work. Okay, now we're going to look at some new features that are coming that are part of the roadmap. So again, these features are either rolling out now or will be rolling out by the end of the year. So keep a lookout for them. If you're not going to see them, you probably likely won't see them in your Teams today, but you will see them very soon in the future. So this first one, we're taking the meeting URL for Teams and making it shorter. So we're removing a lot of the unnecessary symbols or other information that we've been embedding inside of that URL. We're removing all of that to make it a more shorter, more user-friendly URL. So it won't be all those crazy characters that we put in the URL today. It'll be a lot more simplified. So you can share those meeting links with users, and it'll be much shorter now. This one is a cool one. I noticed this actually in the Microsoft tenant recently, and I was like, what in the world is that? But it's a network strength icon that you'll see in Teams, usually somewhere in where your picture is or your video. When you turn your video on, you'll see it kind of in the corner of your video. And it looks similar to this with the four level bar there. And this will actually give you an indication of how your network is performing. So if the network strength icon is relatively low, you might want to turn off your camera because your bandwidth may be experiencing some issues. Or if it's really high, then you know you're good and you're getting good bandwidth from your network. So keep an eye out for that. You're going to see that when you turn on your video, you'll see that network strength icon. This is a cool one. This is coming for channels. So today, when you're in a chat with an individual person, you can send little video clips. So if you want to record yourself speaking or showing something, you can do that in a one-to-one chat today. But we're now including that in channel posts as well. So you'll actually be able to record a video clip and post that to a channel instead of just those one-to-one chats. So that's a new feature that should be rolling out soon. Hopefully you'll find that helpful. Another new feature, again, adding to the security of meetings, you'll actually be able to, for external attendees, so not folks within your tenant, but external users, you can send them a one-time passcode verification to ensure that they are the correct person who's joining the meeting, and you can verify that their information, their email address and things like that through this one-time passcode verification. So adding to the security of Teams meetings. Some additional security features. You'll actually be able to turn off the ability to copy or forward either live captions, the transcript, or the recap. Again, this is a setting inside of the Teams meeting itself where you can go in and toggle that switch to prevent people from copying or forwarding the chat, the live captions, or the parts of the transcript. So again, more enhanced security, making sure that confidential information is not being copied and forwarded to others. The recap part of that is that Teams Premium feature that I was talking about, the intelligent recap. So you have to have a Teams Premium license or an M365 Copilot license. So just keep an eye out for that. That's coming soon. This is a fantastic new feature. I'm really excited to see this one. you're actually going to be able to edit your display name inside of Teams now, which will allow you to, display your preferred name, making sure that everybody is calling you by the right name when you're in a Teams meeting. So you actually be able to change that now in the future, excuse me, ensuring that users can represent their identities more accurately and throughout the meeting. So I'm really excited about this feature. This is a great inclusive feature that we've added to Teams, as well as, I think it's a couple more up. I'm not going to spoil the announcement yet. I'll wait till we get to it. Another new feature is breakout room management. So the breakout rooms in Teams, you can send users or participants to different rooms to do some group collaboration work together. You can actually set it now so that participants can move between the rooms. So previously, when you sent a group of users to a room, they were kind of stuck in that room and they had to stay there until they either went back to the main room or the administrator or organizer changed their room. But now you can set it so that they can actually move between rooms themselves. And so this will make it a lot easier for like virtual conferences where people are moving between different rooms and you want to try to go to whatever room you want to be in. So this is a great new feature. I'm excited about this one too. This is the one that I didn't want to spoil. Another inclusivity feature that we've added to Teams is going to be the ability to record your name so that people can pronounce it correctly. So sometimes, you don't want to call somebody by the wrong name or mispronounce their name. You can actually just listen to a recording of how it's pronounced. And so I love this feature and really fostering that respectful and inclusive workplace. So look for that. That's rolling out pretty soon. And then this one is in Teams. There's a new calendar feature that's coming. So you'll actually see a little toggle button up in the top of your Teams calendar that you can toggle on the new calendar feature. So that'll be rolling out fairly soon. We're seeing this here at Microsoft already. So when you toggle that switch to view the new calendar, it actually looks almost identical to your Outlook calendar. So we're trying to make the two calendars be a seamless transition between the two. So whether you're looking in Outlook or you're looking in Teams, they're going to look exactly the same. So you'll know where all of the buttons are and how to do all of the different functionalities because they'll be almost identical. So you can transition between those two calendars seamlessly. So check that out when that comes to your tenant, hopefully fairly soon. All right, that was the last enhancement that I had. I do have a list of resources here. So if you want to stay up to date in Teams features and what's coming, these are some great resources to keep on top of. The second one listed here is this blog post that we produce I think it's every month, which will keep you up to date on all the new features as they're released. So make sure you check out these links. Again, this is a live PowerPoint presentation, so these links should be live. You should be able to click on them and save those for later. We do have this last link here that is an actual link directly to the M365 roadmap, and it's filtered for Teams. So I did some of the work for you. So save those links and resources so that you can go back to them later. And so now we've got plenty of time for questions. I figured there'd be a lot of questions. So if you have any questions, please feel free to put those in the chat or come off mute if you'd like. I'm happy to answer any questions you might have on the new features for Teams or any Teams questions in general.